My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Advaita Makaranda. Advaita Makaranda is a small composition of about 26 slokas by Lakshmidhar Kavi. In these 26 slokas, Sri Lakshmidhar Kavi captures the beauty of Vedantic teaching, Advaita teaching. Advaita means non-duality. Makaranda means honey. Honey represents the sweetness of the Advaita or non-duality. What is non-duality? It is the reality of life. We suffer in life separating ourselves from the existence. We feel we are separate from the existence. We feel we are separate from the totality. This sense of separation is not a reality. It's an illusion. It's an appearance. The reality is one whole. To discover the fullness of what you are, discover the totality, discover your essential nature, which is one with the totality, discover the fullness of yourself, is called Advaita. So nothing is sweeter, more joyful than the wisdom of Advaita. From a feeling of limited self to a realization of the infinite self. This is the journey of spirituality. So honeybees collect honey from various flowers and deposit in a honeycomb. Similarly, the teaching of Advaita, which is very sweet, which is like nectar, spread across many flowers of various texts. Sri Lakshmidhar Kavi, like a honeybee, collects all those teachings and puts in a pot called Advaita Makaranda and gives it to us for drinking the nectar Advaita. Offering our respects to Sri Lakshmidhar Kavi, let us proceed. Today we are covering shloka number 19, 20 and 21. The division of inert and sentient is imagined in me. I am pure consciousness. Just as a flat painting on a portion of a brick wall is drawn both stationary and moving objects. The Lakshmidhar Kavi is addressing the next question. The question being addressed here is the variety which you see in the universe. There's so much variety what we experience in the universe. If you are saying you are non-dual Advaita, you are Brahman. If I am Brahman, what is the reason I see so much of variety and duality in the world? So that question being addressed by Lakshmidhar Kavi by giving an example of a painting on the wall. There are two levels of reality, higher level reality and lower level reality. Higher level reality is called Paramarthika Satya and lower level reality is called Vyavaharika Satya. Are there two levels of reality? Not really true. This one reality appearing as two. For example, The gold appears as chain, necklace, and ring. The chain, necklace, and ring are nothing but name and form of gold. Gold only is there. For the transaction purpose, people wear the necklace, gold necklace. They can't wear gold. So the name and form is useful for transaction purpose. Melt necklace, gold only is there. Are there two realities? This one reality appears as two. The higher reality appears as a lower reality. Lower reality can change, but higher reality doesn't change. Necklace can change. Necklace, gold can be formed in necklace, ring, chain, or anything. Nothing happens to gold. The forms can change, names can change, but substance doesn't change. The changing forms and substance is called Vyavaharika Satya, transaction reality. The unchanging reality is called Paramatika Satya. Gold is the unchanging reality. The necklace, chain, all those things are transactional reality, Vyavaharika Satya. Women wear necklace, but they can't wear pure gold. Paramatika Satya is not available for transaction. Higher level reality is not available for transaction. So don't be under the impression that there are two levels of reality. The higher level reality appears as lower level reality. It's not two. Again, should not bring in a concept of two. So when I say you are Brahman, we are speaking of the higher level reality, not the lower level reality. Your essential nature is Brahman. Tattvamasi means that. Lower level reality, Vyavaharika Satya, you are a man or a woman or a husband or a wife or a businessman for a transaction, for a Vyavahara, day-to-day living. The higher order reality called you is pure consciousness, awareness, which is non-dual. Advaita. It's always two aspects of you, which is changing and unchanging. The body, mind, and intellect are continuously changing. The I, which you are speaking of, never changes. When you say, I am a man, man refers to the body. The I am refers to existence and consciousness. I is consciousness and am is existence. So what we are pointing out when I say I am man, we are pointing to our being. I am is for pointing to being, which is the existence and consciousness. Existence called Sat, consciousness called Chit. There are many changes which happen in life, but I am doesn't change. The I am which doesn't change is pointing to pure consciousness, pure awareness. Whereas I am in your body, the consciousness in your body goes through changes in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, states of consciousness. Whereas I am, what we are speaking of, doesn't undergo change. That's called pure consciousness. Pure consciousness also called awareness. That pure consciousness doesn't change. That's why you are able to say, I was born, I grew up, I'm married, I'll be going somewhere, where you are referring to I, which is pure consciousness, pure existence, which doesn't change. Please understand, when I speak of consciousness or awareness, pure consciousness and pure existence is non-dual. The consciousness and consciousness in the manifest form undergoes changes. States. So that pure consciousness, I am, does not change, and the body mind changes. So that means there are two, a changing aspect of me and unchanging aspect of me. Whenever we speak of something or talk about myself, always I refer to pure unchanging part. That's why I never changes. We always mix up and confuse with the changing part. In the changing part, there's obviously there's a variety, multiplicity. So the question is about the variety, what we see in the world. What is the variety? There are living beings and non-living beings. Mountains, valleys, rivers, sun, moon, planets, human beings, animals. Living beings and non-living beings, we see the variety in the creation. Lakshmidhar Kavi gives an example of a painting on the wall. A painting done on the wall, not a picture. Painting is done on the wall. The wall is a solid background. Wall doesn't change. Whereas in the painting, moving and non-being moving beings pictures are put. The horses, the carriage, and the mountain, they're there in the painting. The painting does not affect the wall. Wall is there in the background. So the painting has a variety, but wall has no variety. Similarly, Atma, the pure awareness, has no variety. Pure awareness is pure light, Atma Jyoti, illuminating the body, mind complex. The variety is there in the picture. So then there is a variety called living beings and non-living beings in the picture. Similarly, the world is nothing but a movie picture in consciousness, in awareness. It's a movie, maybe 5D or 7D movie. So 3D movie, no. In a 3D movie, you feel the characters are coming out of the screen. We are trying to interact with the characters. They appear to be so alive. World is a movie consisting of 5 sensations: touch, sound, smell, taste, and form. And manas and buddhi, 7D movie. It appears to be very real. Your body is also part of that movie. Body appears in the morning. The world appears in the morning. When you go to dream, body and the world disappear. Dream body and dream world appears. In deep sleep, everything disappears. But the screen called I, which I exist in all the states: waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. That real I is that which is unchanging, which is there in all the states. The movie has variety. Without variety, there's no movie possible. So why there are living beings and non-living beings? Everything in the world, including in the body and mind, is inert, jada. Whereas I am Chetana, I am consciousness, Atma is consciousness, awareness. So that you can think it's a light, Atma Jyoti. Atma is the light. The light falls on world, which is objects. So the light gets reflected in some surfaces where there is more reflection possible and less reflection possible in some surfaces. The surface where reflection, more reflection possible is called mind. The living beings have a mind. The mind is the reflecting surface. In that reflection, Chidavasa takes place. They appear to be conscious. In reality, entire world, including our body and mind, is unconscious matter, jada. So that is made alive through Chidabhasa or reflected consciousness. So where the stone and the stone, river and all, the mind is, the fine matter called mind is not there. The reflection is not sufficient for them to make conscious. Otherwise, the background of living and non-living is Atma only, which is pure awareness, consciousness only, pure consciousness only. So the picture or movie called the world becomes alive when the light of the self falls on the mind. Otherwise, there's nothing, it's all, entire world is inert. So living beings make the world interesting. There's a drama which goes on, the play. I want this, I don't want this, I have fighting and war. So all these are happening in the reflected conscious Chidavasa. So in our body, there's a consciousness here. I feel conscious. There's a pain. If I pinch, there's a pain. There's a life in the body. This doesn't belong to the body. This is the reflected light from Atma, the consciousness. So I confuse this consciousness which is in the body, where without understanding, this only consciousness, original consciousness, the original consciousness is like a wall, background wall. And the world is like a painting. In the painting, some living beings are there, some non-living beings are there. Similarly, the movie called the world, some living beings are there, non-living beings are there. Moving beings are not really living. Moving beings are not really living. The life is infused into them. They get life because of their consciousness. Then who am I? I have to understand I am the unchanging reality, pure consciousness, who is giving life to the picture. Because of me, the world is appearing alive. Me means real life, consciousness. So this is like a cinema. So the variety is superimposed on Brahman, like a painting superimposed on the wall. Nothing has happened to the painting. Variety is appearing on the wall. That doesn't mean the wall has become variety. Wall is appearing as variety. So this is the teaching of Lakshmidharkavai. So now variety itself is not a problem in itself. Variety is a painting. In the variety, duality will start coming to picture. All of us, entire world is inert. Movie characters. Some of the movie characters, like living beings, become alive because of the Atma Jyoti, light of self, reflected light of self. They start thinking that, oh, I am alive. The world is different from me. I am separate from the world. World is considered five elements, Panchabhutas: Akasha, Vayu, Jala, Prithvi, Agni, the space, the wind, the fire, the water, and earth. And you are also made. All living beings are like us, also are made from the same 5 elements. It's a play of 5 elements. The 5 elements are animated by the consciousness. We are all mud dolls playing in the material world. We are also matter only. We means body and mind is matter only. But real nature of myself is consciousness. The body and mind is made conscious because of my presence, pure awareness. I confuse the consciousness with the body with the original I. That's my problem. Changing reality with unchanging reality. That's the problem. So next shloka. Shloka number 20. Only a thought arises in the mind is my witnesshood also. It is not absolute. Witnesshood is only interim pointer to waveless ocean of consciousness I am. So people, the living beings, get into trouble thinking that there is a separation between themselves and the world, duality. The duality is because the consciousness is identified with the body instead of identifying the pure consciousness, which is the totality. The sense of separation is there. In that sense of separation, the living beings suffer. The jiva suffers. The one who is suffering is called samsari. There's a constant pressure. I'm separate from the world. I have to survive in the world. Okay. Success and failure, all this is constant struggle. The jiva is told, You are Sakshi. You are the witness. Be the witness, Sakshi. So we have to hold on to a thought called I am Sakshi. Why you have to hold on to thought I am Sakshi? It's our own experience that body changes, the mind changes, intellect changes. But I don't change. I do not change. That unchanging I is the witness of the body and mind, intellect. It's called consciousness. I am the knowing principle, conscious principle. The body, mind, intellect changes. So there are changes happening in Bangalore. Bangalore is not like what was there 20 years back. I am aware of changes. But because Bangalore has changed, I am not changed. One who is aware doesn't change. There are changes in my body. Body was when I was born 1 feet tall. Now I'm 5 feet 7 inches. Body was a few kgs. Now I'm 70 kgs. So the body changes. There is somebody who is aware. That's me, the self, who is aware of these changes. I am the awareness which is watching the body change. The mind also is changing. Thoughts are coming and going. Thoughts are coming and going. I am the one who is watching the changing thoughts. There is knowledge and ignorance in intellect. I am the Sakshi who is aware of changes in the intellect. Oh, I didn't know English. I know English. So the knowledge and ignorance also I am aware of. But I am not affected by any changes. I am aware of knowledge. I am aware of ignorance. But I am doesn't change. Simply the way to say it is, the body is changing. I know. I know the no principle. I know is the witness, Sakshi. The mind is changing. I know. Thoughts are coming and going. I know. I have ignorance of English subject. I know. I have ignorance of mathematics. I know. I know mathematics. I know. So the I know or the knowing principle is background of all this. The body, mind, intellect, and world experience. Experience keep changing. But the I know principle does not change. The knowing principle, that's the Atma. Pure awareness. Sakshi. So, we are told as a spiritual sadhana, develop Sakshi Bhava. Means, remember your Sakshi. Sakshi Bhava is a thought. Ego, right now is holding on to thought called I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am a husband, I am a wife, I am a man, I am a woman. So many multiple identities. These identities themselves clash. There's tension in our life. By holding on to I am Sakshi thought, which is much more real than the I am the body thought, much more real than the I am the man thought, I'll be able to watch other thoughts getting unaffected. Now, who is holding on to thoughts? Sakshi. As Sakshi, I am holding a thought in the mind. I am the Sakshi. As Sakshi, I am unchanging. The thoughts come and go, I am not affected. In the process, what will happen? The thought change goes in your mind, stops. Others, we are in a continuous thought chain, thought loop. The movie continuously goes on in the mind. Somewhere you have to come out of the movie. To come out of the movie, you have to remember who you are. Sakshi. So now this I am the Sakshi is called Tatastha Lakshana or indicative meaning. There are two types of meaning, lakshanas in Vedanta. Tatastha Lakshana and what we call as Swarupa Lakshana. For example, somebody is asking for the address. So you tell, go right, go left. You see, there is a red car parked in front of the house. That house belongs to, house is the address which you are looking for. So now red car is just an indication of the house. Red car is not always there. It's not Swarupa Lakshana, it is Tatastha Lakshana. What is Swarupa Lakshana house? Essential nature of the house. House is yellow colored painting, big windows. That's the Swarupa Lakshana. Swarupa Lakshana doesn't change. Tatastha Lakshana changes. Car may be parked now, car may not be parked tomorrow. The Sakshi is the Tatastha Lakshana of Atma. It's indicative. It indicates Atma. The Sakshi thought points to Atma. Just like I am thought points to Atma, Sakshi thought points to Atma. Only thing I've seen Sakshi thought, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Sakshi. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. With the I am the Sakshi thought, your mental agitation comes down. Anger, fear, stress comes down. Because you're not getting involved with the I am the body concept. So we have to hold on to thought called I am Sakshi. It's a Tatastha Lakshana. Still it's a thought in the mind. Lakshmidhar Kavi says, I am Sakshi thought also can be dropped later. Initially it's very useful because it will help you to get rid of mental turmoil. Constant changes happening in the mind. Constant thoughts are arising. So you'll be able to witness as Sakshi. My nature is witness. So when you witness as Sakshi, you'll not get involved in the thought chain. And it helps you. It helps you to purify your mind. Chitta Shuddhi. So then we can drop the Sakshi thought. No longer Sakshi is required. Because when you say I am Sakshi, there's a duality. Sakshi and Saksham. The seer, seen duality is there. Once you understand what is seen is mithya. Mithya means unreal, changing. Sakshi is also mithya. Sakshi and Saksham both are mithya. Sakshi is satya as long as you have something to observe. When the observed is understood as mithya, changing reality, is not an independent reality, it's dependent reality. Sakshi also is mithya. When Sakshi and observed are mithya, then what remains is satya, which is pure awareness, Brahman. So Lakshmidhar Kavi is saying, hold the Sakshi thought until your mind is purified. After that, Sakshi thought also is not required because Sakshi and Saksham are non-dual, one reality. Here, we have to understand what I am the ego. Ego is saying I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Now the same ego claims that I am the Sakshi. As Sakshi, Atma, I am always free from what's happening in the mind. Joy and sorrow do not affect Sakshi. The pain and pleasure do not affect the Sakshi because Sakshi is the witness, light. Simply, instead of identifying with our material nature, we identify the conscious nature. I am Sakshi. That's the meaning of that. So once you identify conscious nature, there's a purification of the mind. So next shloka. me, the ocean of immortality, it is no loss when unreal waves rise and fall in me. To me, a mountain of pure crystal is no taint when wheels of evening clouds pass by. Sloka number 21. Now we are coming to Swarupa Lakshana. Earlier, Sakshi is told as Tatastha Lakshana, indicative meaning. Swarupa Lakshana means my essential nature. Now, in essential nature, there's no duality. There's no I and the other. So the example here is water, ocean, and wave. The wave appear to be separate, but in essence, every wave is water only. So the waves have a problem. Small wave thinks, oh, I'm small. Big wave thinks I'm big. Both small wave and big wave think that we'll die. So the wave is nothing but just a name and form. Water is the only essence. So for wave and big wave and small wave, first we have to tell you are the ocean. As ocean, waves rise and fall. Then finally you have told you are water only. Similarly, Vedantic teaching tells you in two steps. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. They are all name and form. In reality, you are Sakshi, the witness. Witness of changes happening in the body and mind. Finally, in the next step, what is told is there's no witness and witnessed. There's no duality. It doesn't mean there's no variety. The variety is there, but duality is not there. Separate, splitting out into subject-object relationship is not there. Now is mithya. Is there mithya, unreal. The entire world is experienced by me. The world is nothing but experience in me in the form of 5 sensations: touch, sound, smell, taste, and form. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. They appear and disappear in me. The experiences come and go in me. Experience changes. I hear a sound. The sound experience is appearing in me. I taste something. Taste appears in me. These sensations, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, they are not different from me. It's my own form. Like water can say, I only appear as wave and ocean. So consciousness only appears in the form of name and form. I am like water. I am like infinite ocean. In the ocean, waves rise and fall. The ocean is not bothered. Ocean is not at all bothered about waves rising and falling. Because ocean is the waves. Similarly, ocean only has appeared as waves. Similarly, I only appeared as body, mind, and the world. The body, mind, and world are like waves in me. I am the consciousness, infinite ocean. I am the awareness, which is infinite ocean. In that, waves of body and mind and the world are appearing and dissolving. How is the ocean bothered about the waves? Ocean is not at all bothered about the waves. Waves are nothing but thought. Waves are in consciousness, thoughts appearing. I have a problem if I am separate from the waves. Because that's a duality. The waves are rising and falling in me. Because of that, there's no duality between me and the wave. When there's duality, no duality, there's no fear. There's no stress. Similarly, a big mountain is there. Another example is given, is mountain example. The way ocean is not at all bothered about waves rising and falling. So now the Lakshmidhara Kavi is giving one more example. There's a crystal mountain. The crystal mountain, an example of a mountain which is like crystal. So the clouds are passing. The clouds are dark clouds are passing near the mountain. So some clouds are colored because of red light, sunlight. Some colors are dark. So when the clouds pass, the crystal mountain is not at all affected. Crystal mountain is not at all affected by the clouds passing. There's a reflection. Image is there, but nothing happens to the crystal mountain. Similarly, I am the Atma. Atma is not at all affected by the clouds. Here represent thoughts. Not at all affected by the thoughts. They appear to be getting superimposed, like clouds can get superimposed on the crystal mountain, but nothing, it doesn't affect. Similarly, the thoughts are superimposed on me, but they don't affect me. I'm like a crystal mountain. The mountain is because the example of mountain is because the mountain doesn't move. Mountain is stationary. So there is a question in chat box. Is there a difference between the reflected consciousness and original consciousness? Because Chidabhasa, as we said earlier, takes the qualities of the original consciousness. Reflection will assume the qualities of the original. Or will reflection take the qualities of the reflected surface? So let us take, for this question, let us take sunlight is falling on ocean, a river, and a mirror, and stone. All of these reflect sunlight. Okay. Now, reflection in the mirror is full, complete. It looks like sun only. Reflection in the stone and reflection in the water is not as sharp as the reflection in the mirror. Mirror gives a full maximum reflection of sunlight. Now, what are the qualities of reflection? The sunlight falling on the water appears like sun. Has it become water? Has the reflection taken the form of water? Reflection belongs to the reflect the original. My face in the mirror, if a mirror is dusty, my face is there. My face is pointing to my original self. Reflection quality may be poor, mirror may be dusty, but reflection is like original. Reflective surface will determine whether it's like or what is the quality of reflection. But reflected consciousness on the body becomes a consciousness in us. The body is inert. The reflection doesn't become inert. On the other hand, reflection will make inert body conscious. So the question is there a difference between the reflected consciousness and original consciousness? The original consciousness, sun, is reflected in mirror, looks like a sun. The heating also will happen if there's a mirror can get heated. So similarly, the original consciousness called Atma, when it appears in the body, it causes consciousness. Reflection also is similar to original. But what happens? The reflecting surface changes. So reflecting surface is the mind. So the mind can change. The mind can expand or contract. In deep sleep, mind becomes causal state. The amount of reflection changes. But reflection itself retains the original properties of original consciousness. So, who asked this question? Is the answer clear? See, but the question is, but it takes the qualities of it doesn't take the quality of the body. It is limited to the quality of the body. So if I put a light on the mirror, reflection only happens in the mirror, no. Beyond the mirror, reflection cannot happen, no. The reflection can happen on the surface. That's all available to you. Your body is the surface. That much reflection will take place. Can it go beyond the body? Because reflecting surface is not beyond the body, no. So is that clear? The consciousness reflected in the body is original consciousness only. It has the property of consciousness only. Second thing is it's limited to the body because reflecting surface is the body. Sunlight reflected on the mirror. Reflection takes place to the extent of surface of the sunlight. This thing, surface of the mirror. Is that answer clear to both who asked the question? Anybody else has any questions? Can you please unmute? Anybody has a question? Yes, Ram Prakash. Yes, Narshimurti.
Sastanga Namaskara, Prabhuji.
Namaskar, Henry.
Prabhuji, Chaitanya or Sakshi is infinity by nature.
Yes.
But the mind is limited.
Correct.
So, to have that reflection in mind, so thoughtless state of the mind is as good as infinity. Is that what it means?
See, here the mind and Sakshi are not dual. There's no two.
Mind from...
I'll give you an example. I give water and wave. The ocean and wave, are there two? The wave is the mind. Yes. So mind is, because of thoughts, mind is thinking that I am separate from the ocean.
Yes.
Thought. So now if there's no thought, wave is water only, no? Ocean only, no?
Okay.
Right? So mind has not become limited. Mind has put a limitation of thought.
That is yoga. I mean, mind and Atma merges together, and it
they don't merge. Does
yes.
Wave merge with the water?
Okay. Okay.
Wave is water only.
Okay. Okay.
Wave is thinking I am separate from water. The conceptually wave is separated, not really. The conceptual separation is called thought. How can wave merge with water? Tell me.
Correct.
Huh?
Thought is the separator. Thought that makes the mind, the Atman separate.
So, which part of the Karnataka are you from?
Actually, I'm from Bangalore, currently located in Davangere.
Okay, so you are a Davangere person, I am Bangalore person. So we are two separate.
Yes, physical differences.
But as Kannadiga, we are one. The concept is the moment thoughts create a separation, not reality. There is no separation in the reality.
Got it, Prabhuji.
Right? It's one reality with thoughts. So I am an Indian, somebody is a Pakistani, somebody is American. So there's a love and hate relationship. The moment we understand all are human beings, all are one. So it's only thought which is actually creating division, rift. In reality, there's no rift, division.
To be precise, the crystal clear manas is Atman.
Manas, which is free from ignorance, is Atman.
Yes, yes.
Right? Everything is Atman only. There's no two. There's no two reality. As I started with it, there's no two reality. Only one reality appearing as two. Clear?
So in the extension of the same question is that the world and myself appears to, because world is reflection of my mind, and inside that, behind that mind, there are thoughts.
So now all these things are concepts only.
Okay.
So what is all actually thoughts? Wrong. The thoughts are nothing but concepts. So I am a human being. I am Indian. Somebody is American. As human beings, we are all same, one. From two, we have become one. And at the being level, a human being and animal are also same because I'm conscious beings. I am one with all animals. At the existence level, I am one with all animals and plants and trees and sun. It all depends on what you consider as your real nature. Right? So when we speak of mind, it's just a conceptualization thought. So we have to, from a thought of multiplicity, variety, we have to move towards a thought of unity, oneness. Right? So Vedanta is a way of thinking, a correcting our way of thinking from variety, duality to non-duality. Is not getting something new.
Inference-based self to real self.
From conceptual self to real self. Concepts, all are concepts only.
Yes. Yes.
A child has no concept, no. Child has no duality. The duality will come when I give the name, the word, objects of the world are named, there is a separation, sense of separation. Very clear? Anybody else, any questions?
If there is a time, I have one more question.
Yes, ask.
Okay. With Jnana Yoga, I mean, having non-duality Jnana within me, I can certainly there is scripture says I can overcome all types of karmas, prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, priyamana karma. Prarabdha karma may be physical disability or something. The other karmas are mostly to do with mind. Since I am not getting identified with either body or mind, so all the effects are neutralized. I am not even affected by any of the thoughts or my physical disability.
Correct.
So that means with this knowledge, I can attain the moksha, or I can have the darshana of myself.
See, you cannot attain moksha because you are already free. So you cannot attain moksha because you are already free, but you think you are bonded. Okay, your ignorance is removed. You are the infinite self, thinking that you are a finite self. So that ignorance is removed. So you cannot attain moksha because your moksha is your nature, already nature. You can discover your nature.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right? So second thing is, you don't have karma, but you believe you have a karma because you think you are a separate individual. Right? Your sense of separation, that creates the karma. When the sense of separation goes, the concept of karma goes. Right?
My
So
own
what?
experience, I suffered many of the thoughts.
No. Here the problem here. Please understand.
Yeah.
The karma means doership. Okay. The doership brings the concept of karma. Is doership real? Is doership real?
It is illusionary.
Doership is independent. Doership is unreal. We are at the whole unit. There's a totality functioning.
Yes.
For example, let's say make your finger like this, move like this. To move the finger like this, you need blood flow, the brain functioning, the breath has to come in. For the breath to be there, earth has to be there. For that, universe has to be there. The totality has to function with you. Right? We don't have independent functioning. So sense of independent functioning is called karma. Do you think, Narsimurti?
Didn't get you.
Sorry?
Yeah. That independentness is certainly avidya and karma. I have that in my experience. I have.
Very simple question. Do you think?
Yes.
Then you tell me how does your brain work to make your thought come?
It comes from chitta.
Do you think or thinking happens?
Thinking happens.
Then what you do?
I'm just
you claim that I am thinking. You are not even a facilitator. You claim that I am thinking. Understand?
Got it.
The actions happen, thinking happens, breathing happens, heartbeat happens, functioning happens. I claim that I am the doer. That's the karma. That's the universal functioning.
Very clear.
Right?
Yeah.
So anybody else, any questions? Okay. Light of Self Foundation has a YouTube channel, website. For the children program, the iLead channel is there. You can subscribe to these channels if you are interested, or you can forward to your friends. Now let's spend some time, few minutes in Nididhyasa. Nididhyasa, Antarnidhyasa, Rupanvid Savikalpa Samadhi, Shabdanvid, and finally Nirvikalpa. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannani Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyak Jyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. The question on the Zoom, this thing, a reflection is obviously less real than the original consciousness. See, the word real here, the real world in Vedanta, we have to understand. Real world, the meaning of the reflected consciousness is obviously less real than the original. Otherwise, Earth will not survive for an instant if all the reflected suns were as real as the sun itself. Similarly, the individual consciousness is less real than the non-dual paramarthika consciousness itself. Is it true? So here, the real word, real, we have to be careful. Real means in Vedanta, something which doesn't change over a period of time. Something which doesn't change in the past, present, and future. Paramarthika never changes in the past, present, and future. In that sense, Paramarthika is only real. In that sense, Chidabhasa is not real because Chidabhasa varies with the reflect. The mind expands. Chidabhasa expands with the mind. Mind is pure, more reflection is there. Mind is impure, less reflection is there. Okay, mind goes to sleep. Reflection is no longer there. So in that sense, Chidabhasa is not real, is mithya from the perspective of Satya and Mithya. Now, if you say real and unreal in the terms of exact qualities of pure consciousness, is it there in reflected consciousness? Reflection of sun in the mirror looks like a sun only, So the body is inert, there's no knowing ability. Because of Chidabhasa, body gains the knowing ability, the mind gains the knowing ability. In that sense, reflection induces the quality of consciousness into matter. So is reflection Satya? Reflection is Mithya because it appears and disappears. Does that answer your question? So can you can you clarify the question? If you are not answered, then I have to clarify the question. Now, what is the question?
Doesn't real here mean the properties of the original?
No. In the Vedanta, real and unreal only means Satya and Mithya. Is Chidabhasa Satya? No, Chidabhasa is Mithya, unreal, because it changes. Right? So the Satya never changes. So
no, earlier you said the quality of Chidabhasa doesn't change. Maybe because the reflecting surface is changing, it appears to be changing, but
if the mirror is this much, the reflection is this much. If the mirror is this much, reflection is this much. If the mirror is small, reflection is small, but reflection is same, no?
That's what. So reflection is not changing. I mean, the quality of reflection is not changing.
Now, let us say the mirror is dusty. Okay, the mirror is dirty. So then what happens to reflection? Mirror is dirty. Then what happens to reflection? In place of mirror, the stone is there. Then what happens to reflection?
It's less.
Mirror reflection is less or more, but reflection always represents the original. The original is infinite. Reflection is finite. Reflection is limited to the surface of reflection. Here, only thing you have to understand: reflection does not acquire the quality of reflecting surface. Just because mirror is dusty, reflection doesn't become dusty.
So if we take the example of that glass which we use to create fire, so isn't the reflection taking the property of the glass?
Can you tell me again? Glass?
So you use this glass,
No. See, reflection of sun is there in the glass of water, correct? So now, the glass of water is limited, the reflection is limited to glass surface, that much only. It cannot be more than that. Limitation is there. Is it true?
Yeah.
Now, the water there is dirty. Okay, water there is dirty. So then what is the reflection quality?
It's bad.
It's bad. But the reflection does not acquire the quality of water. It's a quality of reflection is poor. Sun's reflection is sun only, no. It is not water, no. Reflection of your face in the mirror is reflection of your face only. The quality of mirror can distort the reflection. Does the reflection undergo any changes because of your mirror?
Yeah, that's why I said reflection is as real as original. Because the reflection. Yeah.
In the real world, I'm not using the word in Satya and Nitya. Reflection is like original. I can say use the like.
Okay. Yeah.
See, you have to simply understand the original principle is awareness. Okay. The awareness is the original principle. Reflection is also awareness. Reflection doesn't become inert like water, inert like body.
Yeah.
Right? Reflection cannot become inert. Instead of inert, it will make inert makes it alive. Other way.
Yes.
Okay. So shall we close for the day? Tomorrow evening, same session is in Kannada. Hari Om. On Wednesday, we'll have Mandukya Karika.